How's it going, everybody? It's Michael here. Today we're going to be witnessing some of the most terrifying moments caught on drone footage. From eerie abandoned places to unexplained phenomena in the sky. So, grab some popcorn, dim the lights, and let's begin. In Ripley, England, a wanted man made a daring attempt to evade capture, but without him knowing, his acrobatic escape was recorded on a newly equipped police drone unit. The man opened the window, hesitated briefly, and then dropped onto a patio roof, which surprisingly supported his weight. He then sprinted across a fence and jumped into a nearby yard. As a large number of police officers pursued him, it was clear he was facing serious consequences and was determined to avoid being caught at all costs. At one point, he managed to outrun a police dog and jumped over a fence that the K9 unit could not clear. He tried to hide in an overgrown yard, but his efforts were in vain. The drone had already pinpointed his location, honestly leaving him with no place to hide. He was swiftly apprehended after that. Jacob Vetter released this drone footage in May 2015, describing the woman in the video as a crazy lady who was doing weird stuff on his porch. The footage does show a person on the porch, and upon noticing the drone overhead, she reacts as many others have on this list by attempting to knock it out of the sky. She first uses a stick, which proves ineffective. Next, she throws plush dice, but they also miss their mark. She then swings what seems to be a black purse, though she doesn't throw it. Instead, she puts it on and leaves the porch, pacing erratically back and forth on the sidewalk. It's unclear what, if anything, she's exactly waiting for. Eventually, she mounts her bike, which had been parked on the sidewalk the entire time, and she just awkwardly rides off, first circling in the yard before veering onto the road. What exactly is happening here? I have no idea. It's definitely bizarre, but the most pressing question remains. What was she doing on this guy's porch in the first place? A man in Florida was casually filming drone videos while his family enjoyed the water, but he never expected to capture footage of a deep-sea creature coming dangerously close to an unsuspecting crowd. At a minute and 12 seconds into the video, you can clearly see a dorsal fin sticking straight up, indicating that it's a shark rather than a dolphin, as dolphins have a curved top fin. At 18 seconds, the shark can be seen casually swimming toward a woman before randomly changing its direction and swimming away. The woman, who was understandably alarmed, reaches out for help, but the person nearby has their back turned and wouldn't have been able to assist anyways. The drone continues to record several more frightening encounters, including one where a mother has her back turned while her children were swimming towards the shark. Well, thankfully, no one was harmed. It appears the shark was not hungry and I guess eventually just swam off. But this could have been a much more dangerous situation if anyone happened to have crossed this shark's path. A hunter wandering through the woods came across something mysterious among the trees, and as the camera pans upward from the dense forest, a cryptid creature with wide ears and sparkling eyes emerges from the shadows. Yo, this spooky footage, captured in 2022 in a secluded forest, shows the creature appearing visibly frightened. But what exactly is this? Is it an undiscovered animal species or something paranormal? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. A headless animal is a term used to describe a carnivorous creature that roams the wild. The following footage will leave you astonished. It shows an animal that's more than likely a moose appearing out of nowhere and walking frantically without its head. Is this even possible? Next, you'll see a headless camel strolling around and posing for the camera in an unusually eerie manner. While some might attribute this to a supernatural phenomena, the reality is that these animals do often walk with their heads turned backwards. Watch closely as the camel re-emerges with a fully grown neck and head. See? It's like it was an optical illusion. Today's open discussion features a photo of a girl carrying a plastic bag as she walks along a desolate hill covered in bushes, with a shadowy figure trailing behind her. The video, originally posted on the YouTube channel Blah Blah in January 2020, left viewers perplexed about the nature of this ghostly presence. Some speculated that the figure had possessed this girl, while others believed it might have abducted her and taken her into outer space or something. However, my research reveals that the video was actually a mock-up with added effects designed to mimic the appearance of a supernatural. But let me know, guys, did this one get you? While exploring the Amazon rainforest with drones, one of Brazil's agencies discovered isolated tribes living deep within the forest. Now, these tribes, who have had minimal contact with the modern world, were observed walking through the jungle with bows and arrows to protect themselves from wildlife. Now, the footage, originally captured in 2018, features 16 members of such tribes. However, authorities estimate that there are approximately 100 such groups living in Brazil's rainforest. That's insane. Recently, a drone pilot named Fovisa made a disturbing discovery over Lake Barissa in California that went viral online. From a distance, it's barely visible and likely unnoticed by passing traffic, which only adds to its ominous nature. But upon closer inspection, however, the footage reveals a dangerous swirling hole in the water that seems out of place, and honestly, it's unsettling. Initially, people speculated that this could be a sinkhole slowly consuming the earth. The footage inside the hole gives the chilling impression of what your final moments on Earth might look like if you venture too close to one of these. However, in reality, this is a spillway designed to prevent the nearby dam from overflowing. It was constructed by engineers and is not the result of any freak accident. This clarification should help dispel some of the unfound rumors and provide a glimpse into one of California's eeriest locations. The debate over the use of drones by law enforcement has been ongoing, and recent developments have intensified the discussion. New mini drones are small enough to fit under doors or through partially opened windows. One such drone is shown flying through a garage and briefly navigating through the rafters before entering the living room, which was possibly through a vent, to check if a person is breathing before arresting them for a warrant, without physically entering the home. The drone's small size and quiet operation mean it can go unnoticed, raising concerns about privacy and potential misuse. How comfortable are you with law enforcement having access to this type of technology? The use of these drones have been ongoing in various departments, and you may start seeing more of these in an area near you. In another intriguing development, a drone owner decided to memorialize their cat by turning it into a quadcopter, complete with 4 propellers. The cat's wide-eyed expression, which seems to capture a sense of fear, is unsettling to some. While some find the concept humorously bizarre, others consider it disrespectful to animals. What are your thoughts on this type of practice? Additionally, a drone was observed flying over a neighbor's property, buzzing around their yard and inspecting the house from all sides. The drone came dangerously close to power lines, raising concerns about potential hazards and legal issues related to privacy and property rights. And when the drone eventually lost control and got stuck in a tree, it suggested that the operator might be inexperienced. And regardless of their age, such intrusive behavior likely won't be appreciated by the neighbors. Assuming the video is genuine, it highlights significant concerns about drone use in residential areas. On April 8th, 2020, a drone captured a troubling scene over Hart Island, New York, which left its pilot deeply unsettled. The footage shows workers in full hazmat suits overseeing a forklift as it deposits dirt over a ditch filled with crates, with another ditch ready to be filled. Those maintaining a safe distance are dressed in government black suits, showing no inclination to approach the crates at all. What's going on here? A closer inspection of the crates reveal they are shaped somewhat like human forms. Given Hart Island's history as a temporary burial ground, this raises disturbing questions about what might actually be inside these crates. The extreme caution exhibited by the workers suggests the cargo could have been something very serious, maybe contagious. What do you think could be causing them to handle this material with such care? Different scenario. A University of Florida researcher is piloting a drone using only her mind. With special electrodes attached to their head, they control the drone's movements purely through thought. This raises questions about the potential long-term physical effects of mental manipulation and what might happen if conflicting thoughts are generated. Yo, would you be willing to try such a device? Or would you be like me, or would you prefer to wait and see how others fare first? In another drone-related incident, a pilot films his neighborhood and captures some aerial footage of the highway before bringing the drone closer to his own house. At the 30-second mark, a small, all-white figure can be seen slowly approaching the driveway. Notably, the pilot wasn't home at the time, and there are no visible vehicles in the driveway. Yo, this figure just vanishes. Just as it reaches the doorway, the pilot returned home to find no signs of forced entry or tracks. What could this have been? Could this be a ghost, an unwelcome visitor, or something else entirely? Lastly, a YouTuber named Sunday Rides filmed a stroll through the neighborhood and may have triggered a confrontation with a local resident. As Sunday Rides reached the end of the neighborhood and turned around over to the stranger's house, the resident seemed to become agitated. The resident's reaction, coming outside and making a scene, suggests a misunderstanding. Sunday Rides, who was likely just turning around, opted to have some fun before heading home. Hopefully this incident remains a simple misunderstanding and doesn't lead to any further issues. A man in a suit raises some intriguing questions. Despite its supposed size, the figure moves swiftly, and its running style suggests it might be a smaller person in a lightweight costume. The figure runs with his arms raised, then lowers them somewhat, which seems inconsistent with the natural motion of a large humanoid. Additionally, while I'm no cryptid expert, I'd expect such a large creature to lean forward while running rather than standing upright. A thermal imaging drone used for cryptid hunting captures a heat signature of a creature in the forest at night. At first, the footage appears convincing, but there's a notable flaw. At 8 seconds, the arms look unusually floppy, suggesting they might be forearm extensions used as theater props. The suit's arms also appear thin and stick out awkwardly from the elbows, especially noticeable at around 14 seconds. Now, despite these issues, the heat signature suggests it's not just a costume, as a costume wouldn't emit such a thermal reading. Aldo's World TV, along with his friend Amir, takes their drone into the woods from their car. Although they are restricted by the dense tree line, they spot a mysterious creature on all fours.
Where? Right there, right there. There's like something.
I'm saying.
I think it's a coyote. There's like something in the trees. Right there, you see it? It's right there, it's right there.
I literally don't.
It's like moving. It's right in front of you, right there.
Oh,
it's moving, right?
It's directly at them. It has dark, beady eyes and porcelain-like skin, matching descriptions of a skinwalker. However, up close, it resembles someone in a white skin suit, and they're on all fours. They didn't attempt to get a better view by flying higher or by following the creature back to its hideout. And they also didn't report the sighting to park officials, which seems so unrealistic. But if I'm mistaken, I wonder what it could have possibly been, and whether it was positioned near the trail to, I don't know, potentially prey on passersby. Bruce Austin 3D takes his drone to Stony Point Park for train spotting and encounters a swarm of aggressive insects. This location is close to where a boy was once hospitalized by a bee swarm while biking. The insects are unusually large, resembling full-grown wasps rather than typical varieties. They aggressively follow the drone for a considerable distance. If anyone knows what types of insects these might be, please let me know. Bruce Austin 3D described the venom as so potent that after handling the drone, he touched his face and experienced 15 minutes of burning pain from all the venom. Stromedy captures a compelling drone footage in the bayou, searching for creatures resilient enough to survive in this swamp. The murky water makes visibility challenging, and they nearly give up. Just as they are about to quit, they spot what they were searching for. Safely inside their car, they observe an alligator moving forward with apparent hunger.
That's actually an alligator right
there? Yeah, right there. Look on the left.
Whoa! No, we actually hit a jackpot, bro.
Does this gator seem to be searching for food, or is it defending its territory? Mike Cass once used his drone to track down a clown that had been terrorizing his hometown of Carlsbad, California. His search began with the sighting of someone who might have been wearing a clown costume near a dilapidated building. From a distance, it's hard to confirm if it was indeed a clown outfit, but the suspicion lingered. Mike eventually tracked the building, only to find it deserted, though it looked like a strange figure possibly could have been lurking around him all along.
So basically,
For nearly a year, there were no more sightings of this elusive clown. Then, during a random flight session, his hunt resumed. But look, this time, the clown was more elusive than ever before, but Mike's drones captured its movement still.
yeah. What is that? Probably nothing. Yo! What the heck? Yo! Oh my god! Look at this!
4 days later, the drone managed to corner the clown, which initially appeared to blend in with its surroundings and resembled an animal from a distance. Despite the clown's red hair, it managed to conceal itself effectively. When lying down, it revealed only the black parts of his outfit, making it almost invisible from the ground, especially if one wasn't actively searching for it. The thought of inadvertently walking past such a hidden figure is unsettling. Mike chased the clown into the woods, but power lines forced him to retreat. After the intense pursuit, the clown just seemed to vanish, never to be seen or heard from again. In a different incident, YouTuber Mikey Mamps became intrigued by the legends of Clinton Road, a notorious haunted location in New Jersey, rumored to be plagued by everything from psychotic individuals to phantom trucks. After a fruitless night of ghost hunting, Mikey decided to fly his drone down the road during the day, hoping the drone's noise would attract the elusive entities that were said to haunt the area. The drone soon picked up an odd figure walking along Clinton Road. The clown almost collided with the drone before Mikey maneuvered out of range, causing the clown to flee. The clown's bright wig just stood out, but the rest of its outfit managed to camouflage well with the surroundings, allowing it to slip away easily. It remained hidden until it chose to step out for an ambush, a tactic it had likely used before. Despite Mikey's efforts to avoid further encounters, the clown managed to evade capture by seemingly disappearing. This eerie vanishing act only added to Clinton Road's overall supernatural lore, leaving Mikey and viewers with a chilling sense of the unknown.
Where'd you go?
Living near an airport with strict flight restrictions, heard rumors about strange occurrences when drones are flown in these no-fly zones. Now, being curious about the truth, he decided to test it out himself. He approached the no-fly zone marker on his GPS and powered up his drone, eager to see what would happen. He expected a response from Homeland Security, or that his drone possibly might have malfunctioned. But instead, he found that his drone simply refused to move once it reached the restricted area. It seemed like something invisible was holding it back.
Just goes kind of sideways.
Without causing any physical damage. Could this be a low-level electromagnetic frequency jammer at work? Or is there another explanation for this shit? Like some dimensional barrier? It's a relief that he didn't face any legal trouble though. But it did raise questions about the legality of his actions. Next, A drone hovering over the water follows a boat, capturing footage for over 2 minutes. The boat's occupants, confused and annoyed, wait for the drone to leave. Now, while there's no explicit privacy expectation in public spaces, the drone's presence is distracting, man, and could potentially be a boating hazard. What do you guys feel? You think that there should be stricter regulations to prevent such intrusive recordings? Even if the boaters are aware of the drone, I guess it's understandable why this could be distressing. In another case, a man claims to have been followed by mysterious drones for over a year, and his evidence includes footage of 3 distinct lights in the sky, which changes colors in an unsettling manner. The footage appears genuine, with consistent light patterns in each damn video.
Today's August 8th, Friday, August 8th, 2019. It's been hovering there, it's just there.
Given the number of videos on his channel, it's hard to dismiss his claims entirely. What could these lights be? Intrusive drones or something else? Mike Mavs returns to Clinton Road, determined to capture something eerie on his drone at night. While the primary focus is on the rumored phantom truck, they spot a truck that seems to vanish completely from sight. The drone, which loses track of the truck, ends up stuck in a tree and starts flashing its red lights, reminiscent of brake lights. Could this be evidence supporting the legends of Clinton Road?
Use your phone, yeah. Show my hand, look. This is full throttle forward and then show the drone, watch. I'm full throttle. Look, show my hand.
Bro, stop moving, stop it, stop.
Look, it's going back, look, it's going back.
It's going backwards. Oh my god!
And it's blinking red too.
A drone user attempts to break up a noisy late night party by launching Roman candles at the revealers in their cars. Although Roman candles are not very destructive, they do pose some risk, especially if someone gets hit in the eye or if the drone causes damage to nearby power lines. This method of dealing with noise is questionable and could lead to serious consequences. Two friends, intrigued by eerie stories of a mysterious creature located in old barns, decided to investigate for themselves.
Hi, Mike over here told me about it.
It's like a creepy barn off the side of the road, and apparently it's haunted by like some kind of creature. A lot of the neighborhood is talking about it right now.
Armed with drones, they explored several barns, finding nothing unusual in the first view. But in one barn, their drone captured a chilling figure.
Oh, dude! Is that him? No.
Initially, it was crawling like a skinwalker. The creature then stood up and walked like a human, but with unsettling alien-like facial features.
Where's the car?
It should be further.
Oh, bro, he's literally...
As the creature approached their car, the situation took a terrifying turn. The drone suddenly malfunctioned. The creature vanished.
Whoa, what? What the hell, dude? Yo, drive.
Only to reappear right in front of them. Frightened, the friends sped away, unable to make sense of the encounter, and they planned to share their unsettling experience with their town, leaving others to ponder the mysterious events. After a long drive, a group of friends stopped by the roadside to rest. Out of nowhere, a local man dashed out of a nearby scrapyard, visibly terrified and unable to speak. In their curiosity, the friends decided to use their drone to investigate the scrapyard. What they discovered was alarming. A menacing figure, displaying remarkable strength.
Ripping things out of the car, bro. I think he's mad.
Yo, you're getting way too close for comfort, dude.
Was dismantling these cars with ease. The friends feared this might be a dangerous creature, targeting those who ventured into this scrapyard. And when the figure noticed the drone, it glared angrily and hurled pieces of metal at it. Realizing the danger, the friends quickly decided it was best to leave the area.
We have to leave.
Cameron,
Bro,
Cameron,
let's
don't
leave.
worry,
Don't
bro.
risk it,
We're
Cameron.
watched.
Man, we are being watched for sure.
In a mysterious forest where people had been vanishing, local lore spoke of a tall, ghostly figure known as Slender Man. Described as terrifying, Slender Man supposedly left eerie notes on trees to lure people deeper into the woods, where they would disappear without a trace. Determined to capture the evidence of this sinister entity, a brave team ventured into the forest with a drone. As they surveyed the area,
Oh my god, what the hell?
they suddenly spotted a tall figure in a suit standing motionless among the trees. However, when they attempted to get a closer look, their camera began to glitch.
Just slowly approach it. Oh, it's glitching.
Each time the camera cleared, Slender Man was nowhere to be seen. This unsettling phenomenon, it happened twice, suggesting that the entity might possess some form of supernatural ability or something that allows it to interfere with their equipment. Undeterred though, the team decided to return with improved equipment and better preparations, determined to capture definitive proof of Slender Man on their next visit at all costs.
Oh, we lost it again.
If he's not
Oh my
here,
god!
While filming at the 11th century Berkeley Castle, a technical specialist captured something truly extraordinary. Initially, the footage appeared normal, but upon reviewing it later, this man noticed a ghostly knight on horseback galloping across the castle courtyard. Berkeley Castle is infamous as the site where King Edward II is believed to have been murdered in 1327. Could this spectral rider be the restless spirit of the king himself? It seems that at Berkeley Castle, history isn't merely remembered. It may very well be haunting the very grounds here. A hunter was using his drone to scout for animals in the forest when he spotted a large ram. Curious, he maneuvered the drone closer for a better view. To his surprise, the ram didn't take kindly to being observed and managed to knock the drone out of the sky with a powerful swipe. As the hunter approached the wreckage of his broken drone, he heard a noise behind him. It was the ram, and it was charging straight at him. The hunter sprinted away, but the ram was fast and caught up with him. After a tense struggle, the hunter managed to escape with his life, leaving the ram behind. This next entry has been featured in various giant creature videos, and I want to clarify the rumors while giving proper credit to the original creator. The sighting of a massive creature in Vancouver comes from the talented YouTuber known as Hollywood Scotty, who specializes in special effects, while the likelihood of a special effects designer encountering a real-life giant monster is extremely low. This video has successfully deceived many viewers since 2017, showcasing his impressive skills. Make sure to check out his other videos as well. You might discover several other well-known sightings that you previously believed to be real, but was actually done by this dude. This footage initially appears ordinary until a colossal creature emerges from the depths of the ocean. Its shimmering, amorphous body moves with a graceful, fluid motion across the water. The camera operator, filled with awe, swivels the camera to keep the mysterious beast in view, struggling to comprehend the sight before them. The formless entity lingers around the rig for a while, before eventually drifting away. When the video first appeared, Many speculated that it might be part of a whale, but this theory was quickly debunked. Scientists explained that such a large whale part would not remain intact in the ocean for long due to its high nutritional value, which would lead it to be consumed rapidly by ocean dwellers. The creature was later identified as a giant jellyfish, known as Dipsteria recticulum. This underwater video was captured aboard the EV Nautilus, a renowned resource vessel owned by the same individual who discovered the sunken Titanic. The crew is blissfully unaware that they are on the verge of yet another incredible discovery. While exploring the Gulf Coast of Mexico, they suddenly spot a massive creature rapidly approaching from the distance. The mix of surprise and fear is evident in their voices.
What?
Or it could be fishing line. You don't want that.
Back up.
Huge siphonophore.
It could be.
Yeah.
A unique marine organism. Uncertain whether the siphonophore is drifting with the currents or moving independently, the crew watches in awe as it nears their vessel. At one point, it even seems to exhibit a curious behavior, hovering close to the team. Despite its size, this siphonophore is only a small example, as these creatures can grow to be hundreds of feet long. Now, they're carnivorous, but fortunately for us, they typically inhabit the ocean's depths, far removed from human swimming areas. A Russian YouTuber named Diamond Operator was riding his bike when his rear camera captured something shocking. As he pedaled along, a massive creature, easily twice the size of a person, appeared in the frame. Using its numerous legs, the creature quickly closed the distance between itself and Diamond Operator. Just as it got within range, it unleashed a thick sludge all over the rear camera. And despite the slime, the footage clearly shows a European police car arriving just in time to chase the creature away. Hopefully, the authorities managed to handle the situation, whatever it was. For the sake of humanity, let's hope there aren't any more of these creatures lurking out there, just ready to strike. This video, captured in Jacksonville, Florida, and posted on YouTube by the Jacksonville Zoo, briefly shows a gigantic, dinosaur-like creature with an impossibly long neck, reaching up to the roof of a nearby building. The sighting is fleeting. The camera catches the creature for only a split second before the people filming take off running, which honestly seems like a natural reaction. But the creature's lack of movement raises questions. Could it be a statue, or is this shit CGI? Additionally, the beginning of the video shows people standing around casually, which makes it even harder to believe that something of such massive size could approach unnoticed. This video reportedly originates from the capital of China, depicting a colossal, sluggish creature moving through the city's polluted environment. The number of legs and the true nature of this massive being, it remains unclear, but it appears relatively non-aggressive. The ground trembles with each enormous step, while military helicopters hover above, seemingly on high alert. The uploader claims that the Chinese government, known for its strict control over news and social media, that they have suppressed this footage. Although in my opinion this is clearly CGI. Imagine if this was authentic and the CCP really does suppress this kind of footage. A strange and mysterious blob recently washed up on the shores of Acapulco, Mexico, baffling both locals and officials. Intriguingly, it lacked any noticeable odor, leading to its swift dismissal as mere sea garbage. However, upon closer inspection though, authorities made a startling discovery. A complete skeletal structure lay beneath its surface. The deflated, floppy area seemed to be the creature's head, and the numerous holes likely once housed its eyes. Now scavenged clean by marine life, researchers remain completely baffled by its identity. because given its enormous size, this creature likely had very few predators and could have consumed almost anything it desired, making it a formidable presence in the water. On a sunny day, Luis Camacho was retrieving his mail when he suddenly felt an unsettling shift in his surroundings. The air seemed charged with an odd sense of mystery. Curious, he dropped to his hands and knees and peered into a nearby sewer grate. To his shock, he spotted a giant alligator down the dark tunnel, its mouth wide open in a menacing hiss, clearly warning him to stay the hell away. The two locked eyes for a tense moment before Luis hastily retreated to call for help. Authorities arrived shortly after to remove the alligator, but Luis was left shaken, realizing how narrowly he had escaped a potentially deadly encounter. In addition, if you examine the footage more closely, you'll notice a small green ball resting on the alligator's back. It makes you wonder if, moments before this video was recorded, a child or a dog might have approached the sewer grate only to come face to face with the same terrifying sight that Luis did. Hopefully they got away as well. Barrett was enjoying a day of kayak fishing when a terrifying creature suddenly emerged from the water. Initially, it remained still on the surface, but then it made its move. The bizarre entity, larger than Barrett's arm, had a snake-like body, a large gaping mouth, and two elongated fins that appeared razor sharp. At 8 seconds into the video, Barrett's surprise reaction is evident as he raises his hands, but it's unclear if this would have provided any real protection. Luckily, the creature altered its path at the last moment and silently disappeared back into the water. It seems the incident was a close call, and perhaps the fishing line or Barrett's swift reaction, possibly both, helped to avoid a direct encounter with the snake. Imagine strolling through a nature preserve and suddenly encountering a massive, scaly creature blocking your path.
This gator had quite the audience yesterday at Circle B Bar Reserve in Polk County. Kim Joyner is sharing this video with us. Thanks, Kim. And you can see the gator slowly walking across the grass.
Well, that's exactly what happened to visitors at the Circle B Bar Reserve in Polk County, Florida. Now, fortunately, the alligator appeared more focused on locating water than on seeking food. While the largest alligator ever recorded in Florida measures just over 14 feet, wildlife officials suspect that this particular alligator could be even larger than that. The only issue is that they're too apprehensive to take an official measurement, and honestly, it's easy to understand why. If you visit the Indonesian islands, you should keep an eye out for the formidable Komodo dragons, which can weigh up to 150 pounds. And these lizards have an insatiable appetite. They're capable of consuming up to 120 pounds in one single meal, equivalent to 80% of their body weight. In times of extreme hunger, they may even turn to humans as prey, which occurs more frequently than one might expect. There have been instances where Komodo dragons have ambushed tourists on trails or even attacked entire villages. In 2007, for example, a young boy fell victim to a Komodo dragon, and he did not survive. Another notable incident involved the Komodo dragon at the Los Angeles Zoo that bit the top off of a visitor's foot. The giant, flat creature in this footage is actually a beach fish lying on its side. A nearby bystander uses her paddle to push it back into the water, which might have been a risky move. The fish then heads straight for the camera holder.
Uh-oh, oh my god.
Although it appears more focused on escaping than attacking. Having such a creature so close is unsettling, especially in such shallow water. As it glides underneath her feet, it almost seems to make eye contact before straightening out and swimming away. This footage was captured on the Barbados Islands in 2017. The video shows a colossal humanoid figure moving across the horizon, its massive footsteps reverberating through the tropical night. The creature seems to possess 4 long limbs and a vast, bushy upper body, covered in what appears to be fur, or perhaps a type of plant growth, such as leaves or mold. As it traverses the island, it emits a thunderous roar. Hell, if this is not CGI, then what you're seeing could very well be a modern-day giant, though its true nature and origins remains a mystery. While these friends are enjoying their time in the woods, they notice something unusual that stops them in their tracks. A tall, dark shape fills the wide space between 2 nearby trees. It resembles a figure that could be wearing a business suit. Most people are familiar with the ostrich, but few know about the wild cassowary, another 100-pound bird that can be deadly with its razor-sharp talon. Take a look at its vicious low kick, capable of slicing a person wide open. The hissing screams it emits is unlike any other bird's call.
Run at you now, just keep kicking. Sit her in the air and he'll go for your throat, your stomach or your groin.
With their powerful kicks, and when running at full speed, it can deliver a flying talon strike straight to your jugular. Known for their territorial nature, cassowaries will fiercely defend their domain to the very end. In a mysterious 2014 video from an undisclosed location in New Mexico, US soldiers can be seen crouching as an explosive force suddenly surges through the air. Strangely, the blast seems to hit nothing visible, but then the surrounding air begins to ripple, outlining what appears to be the shape of a massive, round, and invisible entity. While some speculate that this could be a drill showcasing new, unknown military technology, others believe it to be an actual confrontation with a monstrous creature in the desert. The sound captured in the video adds to the mystery. Listen closely and decide for yourself if it resembles a jet's engine or the terrifying roar of something far more sinister.
Dash 3, good hits. Dash 3, good hits.
This video supposedly captures a moment during a flight over Zambia, where a passenger casually filming out their window suddenly notices a massive humanoid figure beginning to take shape in the distance. The eerie figure appears to keep pace with the plane for a brief moment before veering off and disappearing. While many would quickly assume this is just clever CGI, the question remains if it's not a digital effect. What exactly could this mysterious creature be? YouTuber Leviathan begins to hear unusual noises from a distance. His unease grows when he spots a series of large footprints, confirming his fears that he might be not alone in the woods. Just as he decides to leave, the same unsettling noise echoes again. This time, much closer, alarmed by the predatory sound. Leviathan makes a hasty retreat back to safety. He remains uncertain about the source of the noise or its size, leaving him with lingering questions about what might have been lurking nearby. On this particular night in Florida, a YouTuber named Deer Meat for Dinner set out on a different type of wild game hunt, one far more dangerous than usual. To witness the full adventure and see how they managed to capture this colossal creature, you'll have to visit his channel. Unfortunately, I can't show the entire battle here, but the end result is just as thrilling as the struggle itself. Now, you have 4 grown men wrestling to put a massive alligator aboard, its jaws as wide as their shoulders. Every inch of the fight pushes the boat closer to tipping over. They must take numerous breaks, and for a moment, it seems they might lose their grip, letting their catch sink back into the depths. And throughout the entire ordeal, I was on edge, anticipating the gator to snap back to life as they rolled it onto the bow. Deer Meat for Dinner urgently instructs everyone to stay clear of the tail, which could easily break one of their legs.
Okay.
There's all kind of lines in there.
Eventually, the team requires a heavy-duty crane to lift the enormous gator, and to get a final measurement, it measures an astonishing 13 feet and 2 inches long and weighs 1,127 pounds, which set a new Florida record at the time. From a particular angle, you can truly appreciate its size. The YouTuber, who is a tall guy, stands next to it, and the gator's tail alone reaches up to his head. In the Philippines, gigantic, slimy mollusks are sought after for their unusual shells, which resemble elephant tusks and fetch about $200 a piece. Although scientists have been uncovering their hollowed shells for years now, they recently obtained a whole specimen for detailed examination, and upon opening the shell, they were greeted by a 5-foot-long creature that slithered out and filled the room with a foul odor. This mollusk had been living in a sulfur-rich mud pool, feeding on decaying bacteria for years now. Now, this discovery raises curiosity about what other intriguing findings might we find from this sulfur pit. While demolishing a site in Brazil, construction workers stumbled upon the flattened carcass of a massive 33-foot anaconda. To grasp the scale of this enormous snake, simply note how many seconds it takes to capture its entire length on camera. And although details about the discovery are scarce, the sheer size of this serpent speaks volume. If given the chance, such a giant anaconda would have no trouble crushing your ribs and every bone of your entire body, making you its next meal. So, my name's Michael. Thanks for joining me again today, guys. And remember, everybody, be safe.